Mom says we're going on vacation. She says we have to leave late, so late tonight that it's actually morning, but the sun won't be up yet. I'm so excited. I've never been on vacation. I've never even left the tiny town we live in. I can't wait to see all new things, the palm trees and especially the ocean. It's so boring here. The whole family is going to go together. There will probably be hundreds of us. I really hope the beach is big enough. Mom says I don't have to worry about packing a suitcase. She must have already done it for me. I hope she remembered my swimsuit. I'm supposed to be sleeping. My bedtime was hours ago. I just can't seem to fall asleep. I can hear Mom calling for me. We really are leaving early. We walk outside and head to the meeting hall down the street. We're going to meet up with the rest of the family there. I asked Mom if she got my suitcase and she says she got everything we will need. The suitcases must already be in the car. The place is so crowded, it looks like we must be the last to arrive. All the people look as excited as me. Everyone is smooshed together in the hall. It's hot and stuffy and I can't even see to the front of the room. There's someone talking up there but I can't really understand them with all the commotion. My head is starting to hurt from all the heat and noise. I pull Mom's hand, but she doesn't even look at me. They must be saying something very important up there. Oh, thank goodness. My aunt is walking through the crowd carrying a big tray of drinks. Mom and I each take one and I give her a big smile, but she's already moved on to the next people. It's grape juice, my favorite. It doesn't taste as good as I thought, but I'm so thirsty I drank it down in 3 gulps. I look around and see that no one else is drinking their juice yet. They're just holding them and staring up at the guy talking up front. I can't believe they aren't thirsty too. I look around hoping there might be some extras left, but if there are I don't see any. All of a sudden I don't feel so good. The lights look too bright and everything looks kind of blurry. I guess I should have tried harder to sleep. I'm so sleepy now. Mom says it's okay to lay down and close my eyes. She says she's going to drink her juice and then we'll both go to paradise. I can't wait for this vacation. This is my first post on Reddit, so bear with me and my grammar mistakes please. What I'm about to tell you happened a while back when I was around 13 to 14 years old, now 18. I had just made myself a Facebook account. Bang, I had a huge crush on this guy who used to be my neighbor and had just moved out of my street. I was super sad that I wouldn't see him again, until a beautiful surprise one night, opening my Facebook account, with a friend request from him. Bang, my heart was racing and I was excited. Bang, we started talking a bit, but nothing really interesting or attention-seeking for me to develop. But one night, we started a regular convo as we would usually, and then it got really scary. All of a sudden he started claiming he wasn't my crush, that he had hacked his account and knows a lot about me. He knew my entire name, which wasn't written on my Facebook profile. I had put in a weird half-cut version of it. Wasn't easy to guess what would be the complete one. I had spoken to my crush about how we used to be neighbors and he moved out of name of my street. Now, this creep began threatening me on how he would come get me at my house because I was young and beautiful and his wife is getting old and wasn't satisfying his young blood. As a 13 to 14-year-old, I was completely freaked out, shaking on my desk chair staring at this conversation. At one point I thought maybe my crush was just fucking with me, as he did have this low-key weird personality. I asked him and he sent me a picture of himself that was clearly taken within seconds as it was blurry, nasty quality. The picture, an ugly, old, wrinkly 40 to 50-year-old skinny man, looking like he had been taking crack. I was going out of my mind, panicking. My mother had warned me previously on how I shouldn't be making a social media account at this age, but stubborn me, I did not listen. Now I was scared that I didn't want to tell my mother because I knew she'd be dead mad at me. It was around 1 a.m. at night and I did not know what to do. I ended up just blocking my crush's account and going to bed, trying to move on and telling myself that he was probably just trying to scare me off. I was wrong. About an hour later, I received a phone call on my cell phone from an unknown number. I picked up. It was the man. I told you I knew a lot about you, baby. Let's talk. I hung up. At this point I was just so done with it. Full on panic attack. I woke up my mother and told her everything. She asked me to print the conversations. I did, and told me she'd take care of it when the morning comes. The next day I went to school. My mom was working from home that day. When I came back that evening, my mother told me the creep rang on the door around lunchtime, insisting a couple of times on the bell and knocking through my window glass door. Mother called the police immediately. She took the plate number of his van as he left it turned on right in front of my house while he was trying so hard to get an answer from all his knocking and ringing. It ended being a wanted sex offender that was charged with multiple infractions including his creeping trying to get minors. To this day I still don't have a Facebook and keep my social media extremely low-key. You never know what creep can be behind the other screen. It can help in social situations and it makes people watching a bit more fun, but it's unsettling as you can imagine. Worst part is everyone has one, so I see them everywhere. Honestly, I'm just glad the demons don't seem to realize I can see them. Oh, and if you're curious, I have tried to see my own demon, but I'm pretty sure it's stuck on my back or something, so using the mirror can't really help. Not to mention they never show up in photos or videos. Anyway, I've had this gift since I can remember, though fortunately my parents never took me seriously about it. The only person I've really opened up to is Sally, a nice little blonde girl in my 6th grade math class. She likes to hear about what the demons look like and hopes one day we can write a comic about it. The most common one is Addiction. He's a tiny, thin little man imp with a bulbous head and unkempt hair who twitches around a lot, looks paranoid and whispers in the afflicted person's ear constantly, sitting on their shoulder and wringing his 7-knuckled hands together. Then there's Anxiety, a sort of shadow clown who mimics someone's steps in the most ridiculous fashion. She's almost like one of those wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube things, if they were evil and never left you alone. I've learned quickly that laughing at them, as much as they can be funny at times, really hurts the person's feelings, though it does make Anxiety act even sillier. Depression is a small little leech that sucks on the head, drooling over everything and never opening its eyes. It floats along when the person moves, never letting go. Sometimes I think I can see the tail ghosting into another dimension, as though it's trying to pull the person away. Eating disorder is a short, naked, hairy, fat man who walks on backwards feet, staring at his victim while patting his belly and licking his lips. He moves his eyebrows around a lot, which is kind of weird, but it's worse when he rips off his arm and eats it like his life depends on it. It grows back, but still. Sally's demon is abuse. I've seen it on others, but I haven't told Sally. I'm sure she knows. Anyway, she's a gaunt blue fairy who flitters around with a little pouch putting makeup on Sally and herself. She always looks worried, even when she pauses to smile nervously. Sally and I got to class a little early today and were chatting when a new classmate walked in. I couldn't help but stare. He was the only person I'd ever seen without a demon attached. He took a seat a row or two away from us and looked straight at me, never once blinking. When I didn't respond to one of Sally's questions, she nudged me. "What are you staring at?"